It's with great happiness that I enter in our house now. We are back to a moment in which we are listening. We're going to listen to the teaching. And which number is the teaching today? Okay, the teaching today is the number one after taking a break for a while. So now we're continuing the teaching. So the title of the teaching is The God of Abraham. So which book does truly tell him? Is it the Quran of Islam or the Sefer Torah of Jews? So that is what we're going to take a look for today. I have to notice that today's teaching is the number one. So this is a new teaching to be given to you. So it's according to YAHOSHUAH. Glory be to him forever. But first of all, now I greet again all of you who are listening. And I wish good things for you who are following the teaching now. So we are back to this moment that we can continue the teaching, and today's teaching is the number one that you follow with me, the ambassador of YAHOSHUAH Ziad Elia. So I myself is with you now. You can see me on the picture, and you have heard my voice as well as usual. So again, the title of the teaching is Where to Find the Truth, and which book tells the truth about this God of Abraham, because here we're talking about the book of Jews. So why do I say book of Jews, which is called Sefer Torah? And there is also Quran. Why Elias says book of Jews, Sefer Torah and Quran? It's easy because both of them tell about the God of Abraham, but they have different way to say it, have different version, and which is really opposite, which means completely different and against one another and have no relationship, because for example, the God of Abraham in the Sefer Torah of Jews is YAHVAH. That is what we can find in the Sefer Torah of Jews. But if we are taking a look at the Quran, we can find Allah is written in. So it's obvious. The question is, which of these books is the true one? Because they have different way to say it, and also which one should we follow when we are looking at it and listening to it. So yeah, for people who don't care about the salvation, they may say it's all okay, but if they really look for the way for the salvation, they will notice that these are different, and there must be one true and there must be one fake. So that's why the question is, which book is the true one? Because from the beginning, I'm telling to you, yeah, and also I'm going to use phone. We're going to take a look on apps, because when I am reading the Quran, I'm going to use app that exists. So we're going to see first that first of all, we're going to see that the book of Quran accept the existence of the Sefer Torah. So Sefer Torah is the book of Jews. So we're going to read that, because if we are going to say why do you match this, whether it doesn't have any relationship. So you see, the Quran says that they accept the existence of this Sefer Torah of Jews, and the Sefer Torah is it belongs to Jews, Israelites. So the Quran says that they accept the existence of that Sefer Torah according to the Quran, Ali Imran, verse 3. Al Imran 3. So write this, take it down. I'm going to look for it. Where is it? Ali Imran 3. Ali Imran. Okay, you can show it on the screen. I already see it. I already found it. So here is it. Ali Imran, verse 3. Okay, so let's look together on the screen. So there is an Arab language there, but the translation is below. He sent down to you the book with the truth. So, yeah, it's obvious he has sent down to you the book with the truth, confirming what was revealed before you. So there was a book revealed before it, and he has sent down the Torah and the Evangel. So the Muslims, they accept that he has sent down this Torah and Evangel. So if we are reading Ali Imran verse 2, Allah, there is no God except Him. There is no God except Him. He is the living one, the all-sustainer. That means the one who exists by Himself. So we can see that there is another picture, another thing that we can see. So we must let people know where should they go if they want to get to the salvation. That is the work of Elia. So Elia saves everyone, not only those who call Jesus or Jesus, but everyone who wants to go, they go. If they don't want to go, they can just stay there. So now it's time to call the Muslims to come back and to look at the truth. Look at the truth, because in your book there is such word. You accept that Sefer Torah of Jews. And it is said clearly that it's God Himself, the God of Muslim, has sent this book. So this thing is such a huge thing. It's the God of Muslim who sent the book of Jews, so that Jews followed. So, and also that is the Evangel. So the Evangel is the New Testament, where we can find the story of the Son of God. Yeah, Son of God. The story of Son of God is in the Holy Scripture of Jews, which they Muslim doesn't accept, because they don't accept that God has Son. So you see, there is another problem with that. You see, there is a strange thing with that. So which one tells the truth? But let's carry on. So which one tells about that true God, and who got the truth? Is it the Quran of Muslim, the Islam, or the Sefer Torah of Jews? Because it's only those two can face against one another. I'm not making them fight, but we are going to see what is written. So it's obvious here that the God of Muslim, according to what they say, the God of Muslim has given the Torah and has given the New Testament, or the Good News, the Evangel, where there is YAHOSHUAH, but they changed it into Isa. But the fake Christian changed it into Jesus and Jesus. Yeah, some people may ask, are you Christian? I have to make a remark. We are not Christian. I am straightforward, because lots of people have changed that Christian thing into something else. So Elia is not Christian, but Elia is a follower of YAHOSHUAH, the chosen. The chosen. I am following the chosen. But Christian name, that is already destroyed. So we are not going to get into something which is really destroyed by people. So that is not good. But the cleanest one is we are following YAHOSHUAH, the chosen. Yeah, we're going to get into that sooner. But even the book of a Muslim, they accept YAHOSHUAH, but they only change the name into Isa. We're going to see that sooner, but let's carry on this thing. So from the beginning, here we can see that the book of Quran of Muslim accept the Sefer Torah of Jews. So that is clear. We're going to add another verse. Let's add it so that it is complete. I mean, your scripture is complete. Okay, let's read in Almeida. So, the way you write it, Almeida, is as it is pronounced, Almeida. So, Almeida 44. I am still looking for it. Almeida. Almeida 44. Almeida 44. So it is written in many verses that the Torah exists. But why do they come to you for judgment when they already have the Torah containing Allah's judgment? That means that here the words set up that the Torah, there is judgment of Allah. So the God of Muslim, his judgment dwells in the Torah, so it's obvious. So the Torah, according to that thing, the Torah belongs to Allah. That is surprising. Who is the owner of the Torah? Is it Allah or YAHVAH? So these are all the possible questions, because we can see that this Torah belongs to Muslim, because the judgment of Allah for humans is in Torah. So yeah, obviously humans is being judged here. Then they turn away after all. They are not true believers. Okay, we're gonna let that drop, because it is here clear that there is the God of Muslim, Allah, in the Sefer Torah of Jews. That is surprising them. Okay, we're going to find another verse so that it is complete. So the words of Eli is being proved, not the opposite. Okay, let's read Miriam, verse 12. Oh, it is gone. It is completely, it has changed completely. Wait for a moment. Miriam, verse 12. So I am still proving here. Oh, John, hold on with power to the book, the Torah. And we gave him judgment while still a child. So this one who is being said to was being said, hold on with power the book of Torah. And you, because knowledge is being given to you while you were still a child. So it is here clear that in the book of Muslim, book of Islam, they cannot deny, they accept the Torah, the Sefer Torah of Jews. So once we have seen that, let's see first which one is the truth, the Sefer Torah of Jews, which belongs to Jews, Israelites, or the Quran of Arabs. So which one is the truth? So we must get back to the time, the date, because if we are looking at the truthness of something, we must look for the date, what is being said to it, and the date. First of all, the date of the Sefer Torah was in 2000 BCE, and later it was distributed in synagogues. So it is being said by tailors. So in 1000 BCE, there is an event where they distribute their Torah in synagogues. So all knowledgeable people and researcher can search for that, and that will not, you will not get far away from what Elias said that exists. Okay, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the story of that Sefer Torah of Jews. So let's take a look that in Wikipedia. And okay, so here there is a book. So I have taken it from the book of these researchers. So they have said lots of things, and they are researchers, and they have that declaration. So I have taken that from their book. So this is ancient. This is ancient Hebrew alphabet chart. Ancient alphabet chart, Hebrew alphabet chart. So as you can see here, so here it's a Hebrew language. These are the Hebrew alphabet. So they give date when it has come out. So here is the date. In use between 2000 before Yahushua and 1000 before Yahushua. So it was in use from 2000 BCE to 1000 BCE. So it was before the year 0. So the Sefer Torah of Jews, as everyone already knows. Yeah, all researchers knows that, but I just have taken this out. So it's ancient Hebrew research center. So Hebrews have done these researches with knowledgeable ones. So it was in 2000 BCE. So this Hebrew language, Hebrew alphabet was used. So the first colon was used earlier, before, and the second colon was used from 1000 BCE to 100. And the third column is from 400 BCE to 100 CE. So that is it. So here we can see clearly that from 2000 BCE that the Sefer Torah of Jews already exists. So we're going to give another proof in Wikipedia. We're going to look on Wikipedia. Talking about the fact of this torat being given. So this is the Wikipedia. We are reading Wikipedia. So it is written in the gift of the Sefer Torah. Gift of a Sefer Torah. Yeah, where is it exactly? The gift of a new Sefer Torah to the synagogues is often the occasion for a joyous celebration with singing, dancing, and prayer. This custom dates back to the first temple. So this happened when the temple of Jerusalem was not destroyed yet, around 1000 before Yahushua. How is the thing that you were showing? I think it's... Oh, okay, that's it. That means the Sefer Torah was already been gifted in synagogues. So synagogues is a small temple. So for example, in the kingdom of YAHOSHUAH, it's a VP. So it's a small churches in certain region. So Sefer Torah was already gifted in 1000 before Yahushua, 1000 BCE to the synagogue. So the Sefer Torah already existed long before. Yeah, we already know that in 2000 BCE it has existed. We have seen that just earlier. But the way it was gifted in synagogues or small churches, we can see that it has existed also in 1000 BCE. So we can see that Sefer Torah has existed before the year 0 in 2000 BC, and the fact it was gifted in to the small churches, it was already in 1000 BC. We cannot deny then that it's already ancient. So let's take a look at the Quran of Islam. So I am telling you this, that is all about love for you human before your distraction. So Elia is telling you, you have to come back. You cannot do anything anymore on your earth because it is time for it to be destroyed. So I am telling to all humans, come back to the honor of this earth who's going to destroy your earth, because you cannot stop that anymore. It has taken place. So as the story hasn't hit you, you have to come back. That is the purpose of this salvation, so that everyone is to be saved, whoever you are, so that no one will be caught in being deceiving, because lots of people have been deceived with this sin. You all are to be saved so that you never sin. You never sin like Eliah. So all who get along with Eliah, all who follow Eliah, become someone who never sinned. So don't you wish for that? You are praying so that because you want to become someone who never sinned anymore. But as long as you are a sinner, you cannot get to the God of Abraham. You are just being deceived, but you will be lost in hell. That is how you will end up. So you have to be careful. Okay, let's take a look. How about the Quran of Muslim? In which date was it? So let's take a look at it. In this book of Quran. So we can still find it on Wikipedia. So date of apparition. So the book of Muslim was proclaimed from 612 CE to 632. So there was an edition in 632. So that means it was from 610 that the Quran of Muslim existed. The Quran of Muslim or Islam. So it is a later book, and it's not the same as the book of Jews, but it's completely different. That's why the God inside is completely different from the God of Jews, because the God of Jews is YAHVAH, but the God of Quran, it's Allah. So which one should we take? Because they all say, they all knows the Torah. So let me show it well in case you want to see it well. Okay, so here is the story of the Quran. So yeah, yes, it tells lots of things, and we can see down here, the author, divine words according to Muslim beliefs, and so on and so forth. And release date, I have shown that to you just earlier, proclaimed from 610, 612 to 632. So it was in year 610 that Quran existed. So no one can deny that. Everyone knows that. So the question is, if we're going to look at the truth fairly, if we're going to look at the truth fairly, so which one should we follow? Because both of them say about the God of Abraham, and also they keep the God of Abraham. When we are taking a look at the date of the torat was in 2000 BCE that it has existed, and in 1000 years BCE in Wikipedia it has existed. So it was confirmed that the Sefer Torah was gifted to synagogues. It is in small churches. So it was gifted in synagogues. So that means that the Sefer Torah was already a very ancient book. So it has the words before. So, looking at it, which one will you take? Will you take the one which was in 610 for Muslim, that you can find the truth of this God of Abraham, or in the one 2000 BC? Okay, fairly, everyone will say we are going to choose and look in the 2000 BC. Yes, you were right by saying that, and that is the right one. If you are looking at something, you are always going to look at the original one. For example, about a land owning. So if there is a problem with that land, so we must get back to the original one, the authenticity. So which one is the most ancient? So obviously it's the one who got the most ancient paper, or owning paper, will get the truth, not the later one. So that is it. So you cannot deny it. We cannot deny anything about it. So the question is, which one is the fake? Which one is false? So let's first set up this picture. Who wrote the Sefer Torah? Because we know that the one who wrote the book of Quran is Arab. Yeah, they cannot deny that it's Arab. But the one who wrote the Sefer Torah of Jews, it's Moses. It's Moses who wrote it. And we're going to take a look at this now. So does Quran accept Moses? We're going to take a look at that. Does Quran accept Moses? Because it is written that it's Moses who wrote it. So where is that? Exodus chapter 24. Where was it? Okay, we're gonna read Wikipedia. We're going to read on Wikipedia. So the book of Genesis. So the book of Genesis. So it's the researcher on the earth who wrote this, who have looked for this. So who wrote the book of Genesis? So here is it. So it's the first book in the Sefer Torah. So yeah, it's not the Bible, but it's later that it is said as Bible. But at first it is Sefer Torah, and also it's still Sefer Torah for Jews, but it's the other nation who changed it into Bible. So title in the Tanakh, Sefer Bereshit. So Bereshit, it's the beginning, or the Genesis. Traditional author. So who wrote this traditionally? So they wrote here Moses. It's Moses. So authors according to exegesis. So there is one or more anonymous authors. So maybe there is some, but Moses have compiled it, and he has compiled it in one book. The reason is Moses has received command, write this, so Moses wrote it. So let's read it on the Sefer Torah of Jews in Exodus chapter 24, saying that Moses has received a command. He's writing the words that YAHVAH has given. Exodus chapter 24. So here is it. Verse 4. That means, so Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy are all books that Grandpa Moses has written. Moses then wrote down everything YAHVAH has said. He got up early the next morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and set up 12 stone pillars representing the 12 tribes of Israel. So Moses wrote the Sefer Torah. So it's really obvious on verse 4. Moses then wrote down everything YAHVAH had said. So no one cannot fight against this, saying that someone else has wrote them. But it is said that it's Moses who wrote all of these things according to what the Sefer Torah said. And it's in the book of Exodus. It's the book of Moses. So let's see if Islam accept Moses. So once Islam accept Moses, Sefer Torah is the truth, and no one cannot deny that. If you deny that, if you go against that, it's not okay anymore. Because once you accept the truthness of this author, however, the author is in the Sefer Torah, his name is in. Moses is his name. In Sefer Torah, it's Moses, but Quran of Muslim has changed it into Musa. They call it so. Yeah, everyone knows that. So let's take a look. Does the Quran of Islam accept Moses? And once you accept, we're gonna see it. So let's get back. Let's look and get back to the truth. The responsibility of Elia is to explain and to prove to you. But if you don't listen, my responsibility is to prove you. Like what I did to those people who called Jesus. Like I said, hey, what you do is not the truth. Look at you, you were a sinner. And the book of Quran said too that they all are sinners and they are thrown to hell. And they know that. And it's then that they will be sorted out. But that is a question that I ask to you. How can you get out of that hell? Because that is in your book. For my purpose is to save. As long as you are human, I am saving you. I am love, and as long as you are human, I am saving you. So how can you get out of that hell? What is your solution? And don't give me a dumb answer, but give me a real solution. Because even in your book, it says, there is no, in you, there is no one who can bring you back to the perfection, to the right way. So that means that you cannot be righteous, you cannot be perfect. So how can you get out of this hell? The question is, when you die, you go to hell. So how can you get out of that? That is dangerous. I don't know if you have heard about that, but lots of people have heard that when we are talking to people, they say that, yeah, we know that that exists. And when we ask them, how can you get out of that? And after they give an answer, which doesn't make sense. As long as you go to hell, that means that you were punished. You evildoers deserve the hell then. So idolaters, stealers, adulterers, you get to hell, to the fire. So how can you get out of that? But in the book of God, the Sefer Torah of Jews, everyone who get there cannot get out of that anymore. No one can get out of that anymore. So we're going to take a look at that. So the question is, does Quran accept Moses? Moise for the Roman Catholic, Moses, Moshe for the Sefer Torah of Jews. For Islam, for Muslim, it's Musa, but he is still one. It's still the same. Okay, we're going to look at that word. So, does the Quran accept prophet? We're going to read that first. So, we are going to read. So, as long as it's prophet, Muslim accept. In Al-Baqarah, verse 39. So let's look at it. Al-Baqarah 39. We're going to look for that. So what verse have I said? Al-Baqarah 39. So here it is. Where is it? Okay, messenger. Okay, let's read it from the verse 38 and 39. We said, get down from it altogether, yet should any guide come to you from me. So that means I am going to give you, send you guide, so they will lead you. Those who follow my guide shall have no fear, nor shall they grieve, so they should not worry about anything. But those, okay, verse 39, but those who don't believe in our messengers, whoever don't believe our guide, messengers, it means prophet, and treat our revelation as lie, they shall be the inmate of the fire. So those who deny these prophets or messengers that we sent, they are the inmate of fire, and they shall remain in it forever. So when you deny prophets, you will be in hell forever. You are in hell forever. So the words of prophet must be accepted. We know that there is no prophet before Moses. So Moses is the first, if you're talking about the prophet. So let's take a look at that. That is the first one. But let's take a look at the next one. Still in Al-Baqarah. Still in Al-Baqarah in 98. Al-Baqarah 98. So what is being written here? We're given to you little by little. Al-Baqarah 98. Yes, Al-Baqarah 98. Say, whoever is an enemy of Allah, Allah, it's their God, as they say, his angels and his messengers, and Gabriel and Michael. So you see, Gabriel and Michael, these are terms that we find in the Sefer Torah. Allah is the enemy of the faithless. Yeah, Allah, the God of a Muslim, is the enemy of those who don't, those who are faithless. That means that the words of messenger must be accepted, or the words of prophet. Otherwise, you are enemies of that God. So obviously, we're going to see, is Moses a prophet according to Quran? But once Moses is a prophet, Muslim must accept Moses, because he is the first prophet, and they accept the Sefer Torah, the book of Torah, and it's in the Torah that Moses is. So they cannot deny that. Let's take a look at the third one. Where can we find another word? It's still in Al-Baqarah, but we're going to go to the verse 253. Yeah, it's a little bit far down here. 253. Yeah, we are scrolling up a bit because we have gone far below. We are looking for it diligently. So which verse I mentioned here? "55, 54, 53. Okay, here it is. So listen to this carefully. These are the messengers, some of whom we gave an advantage over others. Of them are those to whom Allah spoke, and some of them He raised in rank. So among these messengers, some have higher rank, and them are those to whom Allah spoke, and some of them He raised in rank. So who are they? Yeah, it's written here Jesus, but truly it's YAHOSHUAH. You see, everything has changed. Islam has called it Isa, but here it is said Jesus. YAHOSHUAH, son of Mary, manifest proofs and strengthened him with the Holy Spirit. So YAHOSHUAH, according to the Quran, he has the Holy Spirit, and he is really different from the other prophets. Had Allah wished, those who succeeded them would not have fought one another. Okay, we're going to stop from there, because what we want to say is there is one who is higher ranked, and among them is YAHOSHUAH, son of Mary. So that is written in the book of Muslims. So according to that word, the book of Quran, or the Quran, sets up clearly, they accept that YAHOSHUAH, that Mary has given birth, has the Holy Spirit. And it says we gave the proof that the Holy Spirit was given to him, and he was strengthened by with the Holy Spirit. And it's Allah who said that. So here, the prophet must be obeyed. Okay, let's read how do they accept Moses or Moise or Musa. So do they accept Moses in Al Imran? Do they accept it? So this is how we are going to end for today's teaching. So does Quran of Islam accept Moses? So if they accept, it's obvious Sefer Torah of Jews is the truth. So the Quran is fake, is false. I have given you proof, and I didn't give you only the Sefer Torah word, but I have given also, I have even given mostly in the Quran. I was in fear, and they have both given words. So yeah, here in Ali Imran verse 48, again I am telling to you, it's all about love, that I say this, a love for you so that you are not lost to hell. So I am telling that to you. So, and for you who find it complicated that something dangerous happens to you, I mean, what verse I stated? Ali Imran 4:84. Yes, that's it. Okay, come on. Say, Ali Imran 84. Say, we have faith in Allah. So they believe in Allah, and in what has been sent down to us. So that is for them, for Muslim. And what was sent down to Abraham, to Ishmael, and Isaac. You see, all of these things are in the Torah, Sefer Torah. To Jacob and the tribes. We know the story of Jacob. It's in the Sefer Torah of Jews. And that which Moses were given by God. You see, Moses brings the words, YAHOSHUAH and the prophet. Yeah, YAHOSHUAH. It is written Jesus, but we are going to read it as YAHOSHUAH because we know that it's YAHOSHUAH. YAHOSHUAH and the prophets were given by their God. So it says that Muslim accept the prophet, even YAHOSHUAH, they called Isa. Even Moses, they accept him. They call him Musa. They accept this prophet. It's obvious. Muslim cannot deny them. They cannot say we are denying, we are rejecting Musa. That is not accepted. That is not okay. That is being rejected. It's your book who say that, and Eliah didn't invent anything. This is salvation, and the time for the disaster of your earth has arrived. It's the responsibility of Eliah to save, but if you don't want to be saved, that is yours. You have heard, and the truth has been given to you, but what I wish is you were saved. That's it. Okay, let's look at another words. We're going to take a look in the book of Miriam 51. Where is Miriam? Miriam 51. Miriam 51. Miriam 51. And mentioned in the book of Moses, he was truly a chosen man and was a messenger and a prophet. So, Muslim really faith and strength. You have to mention that Moses, he was exclusively a chosen man. So we have to mention in the book of Quran that Moses, or Moise or Musa, he is a chosen man. He was a messenger and a prophet, a messenger, and also he is a chosen man. He is chosen. He is exclusively chosen. So you cannot despise him. You see, Muslim cannot deny that it's in the Quran, it's in their book Quran, the truthness of Moses. So what did Moses say? Because he wrote the book of Genesis. So we have seen that earlier. So you cannot deny, you cannot say, there is a falsification, words falsified in. How can you say that it is corrupt? Because in the words of Moses was in 1500 BC. So how can you deny that? So you were rejecting yours if you were rejecting the words of Moses. So if you want to be saved, get to the Torat of Jews. If you don't get back to that, it's your words itself which says what you do is not right. I didn't invent anything. Look at the truth. Look at the words. Let's again read another verse. Al-Baqarah, verse 51. Al-Baqarah 51. And remember, when we appointed 40 nights for Moses, and remember, when we appointed 40 nights for Moses, 40 nights for months, when he went up on the mountain, then you worshipped the calf in his absence. So he's talking to the Israelites. So when Moses was not there, you made a calf as your idol. You made it as statues, acting wrongly, worshipping a calf, which is really a wrongdoing for Allah, the God of Islam. So you see, it talks about the Jews. So Muslims accept that Moses went up to the mountain. And where can we find that story? It's in the Torat of Jews, which is in 1500 BCE, which has a huge gap, a long distance talking about time for the Quran. So the date is not closer at all. So when we are listening to that, we should give a thought. Can we deny the Torat of Jews? But let's look at the words of Moses. That is just to emphasize that the words of Moses cannot be denied. According to the Quran, Moses' words cannot be denied. It tells that I didn't invent anything. Let's take a look at that for the last time. Okay, An-Nisa, to end it. An-Nisa 163. An-Nisa Where is it? So here all the prophets are included. Indeed, we have sent revelation to you as we sent revelation to Noah. However, Noah, we know that it is in the Torat of Jews. And all the prophets. We also sent revelation to Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, and his descendants in tribes, in all the tribes. as well as YAHOSHUAH, Job, Jonah, Aaron, and Solomon. And to David we gave the Zabur. It's the book of Psalms, or the Psalms book. That means even the Quran of Islam, they accept the book of Psalms, Zabur. Zabour. So they accept it. So they accept the book of Aaron, Jonah, YAHOSHUAH. That means that, we know that this story, it's in the Sefer Torah of Jews. And it was in 2000 BCE that existed. 2000 BCE to 1000 BCE. So that means that it means that the Quran of Islam accepts the Sefer Torah of Jews. So what is being said by the chosen man, Moses? So we are going to get back at it. What I have given to you, Exodus 24, verse 4. Moses said, Exodus chapter 24, verse 4. Moses then wrote down everything YAHVAH had said. The one that Moses called in the Sefer Torah is YAHVAH, or YAHVAH. That is his name, but not Allah. So that is false. First of all, that is false. Because Moses was already in 1500 BC. I think I haven't given to you yet the date of Moses. It's in this book that we can find this. Everyone knows about this. This was already really ancient. It's not something new for us. Okay, so this is the story of Moses. The title is History of Moses. So it's according to the researchers. Okay, we're going to read it immediately. Moses, according to the Torat. Moses, according to the Torat, has lived 120 years and was born in 1560 BCE. So Moses existed in 1500 BC, according to the researchers. We're not going to do research for that, but if we are doing research, it gets to this date. And you may ask, have you done research about that? Yes, I have done, but that is a long story. Let's not get back about that. That will be too long. So here we can see that Moses is before all the prophets are Arabs, because it says that it's in the Sefer Torah that the words has been given. So when we take a look at the Sefer Torah, it's Moses who wrote it. And when Moses wrote, he said, don't add nor subtract the words. Be careful, because that is the command of your God, the God of Jews. And the God of Moses, he explained the God of Moses in 1500 BCE and the God of Abraham in 2000 BCE. It's clear that their God, which is written in the Sefer Torah, is YAHVAH. So let's read the words of Moses in the Sefer Torah of Jews. Don't add nor subtract the words. So Deuteronomy chapter 4. So it's Moses who said that. Moses, the prophet, the messenger, the chosen man. So you cannot deny the words of Moses. So let's read Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1 and 2. Now, Israel, hear the decrees and laws I am about to teach you. It's Moses who were ordered to bring the laws from beloved YAHVAH. Israel, hear the decrees and laws I am about to teach you. Follow them so that you may live and may go in and take possession of the land YAHVAH, the God of your ancestor, is giving you. So here, listen to this, Israel. So it's about Israelites, not Arabs. So it's written there. It is for Israelites and for those who want to be saved. So if you want to be saved, come to the God of Abraham in the Sefer Torat of Jews written by Moses. And the God of Moses is YAHVAH. I'm going to show it to you after. Yeah, but it is already written. You can see it. Verse 2. What is written in the verse 2? Do not add to what I command you. That what the God of Abraham said. The God of Abraham who talked to Moses, who commanded him. And Moses said in the Sefer Torat, yes, and Quran accept the Sefer Torat that exists. The Sefer Torat said clearly and straightforwardly, obey to the command of your God that I commanded you. Do not add to what I command you and do not subtract from it, but keep the command of YAHVAH that I give you. So everything that Moses wrote from Genesis, because he wrote that from the beginning to the end until Deuteronomy, everything Moses said was clear. Do not add, do not subtract. So you cannot say it's an ancient book, so we cannot obey to this anymore. You cannot listen to it anymore. It is already ancient. You cannot say that, because the God who talked to Moses forbids you to do that. The God of Moses, written in the Sefer Torah of Jews, said, do not add and do not subtract. So whoever changed the Sefer Torah of Jews, you were all wrong. Whoever changed it are guilty regarding to these words of God, who say, do not add, do not subtract. So think ahead. Who have done wrong? It's not Eliah who have done something wrong. But I have proven to you, and we have watched, we have listened, we have read together. So who have been wrong? But the explanation was clear. So whoever changed the Sefer Torah of Jews was wrong. Because Moses said you cannot add. It's forbidden to add or to subtract. Because it says it's the command of God, command of YAHVAH, the God who sent Moses in 1500 BCE that we have read. And he is the most ancient prophet. And he wrote in the Sefer Torah, do not add my words according to the words of Abraham, and do not subtract my words according to the God of Abraham, because you fight against me if you do so. You cannot do that. So think ahead, you who have changed it. Let me emphasize what Moses said, because Moses still said, only you can listen to Israelite prophet. He has again said that. So think about that. Once you have heard about that story, what has happened to this earth? Think ahead, make decision if you want to be saved, and come to the God of Abraham, the God who sent Moses. His name is YAHVAH, and come back to the Sefer Torah of Jews. That is the wisest decision. So this is what the God of Moses said. Deuteronomy chapter 18. This is how I will end it. 18:15. YAHVAH your God will raise up for you a prophet like me from among you. So the people who get along with him was Israelites. From you, fellow Israelites, you must listen to him. So this is pointing out Israelites people. So they were told, it's Israelite prophet like you, like me, that YAHVAH your God will rise up.